nobody else, just be yourself. When you look up in the mirror, I pray you see yourself. Pray you see your worth, and I pray you see some well. Wanna free yourself, gotta always be yourself. You ain't gotta be nobody else, just be yourself. When you look up in the mirror, I pray.
You did say black and gold, right? I appreciate it.
Easy. You talking about some honey,
Yeah, it's
man.
gonna fit nice, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, that small would have been too small.
Yeah, would have been too small.
You got the string right here. Yes, sir. So just sitting here, man, episode 3, Richard Pryor, you know what I'm saying, sitting with my man Steve, you know, the master barber, I would say. The master barber, man, / entrepreneur / innovator, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Yeah. We in here, man, locked in, and something I feel like is revolutionary. I don't know if you got a name for the location that we at, the vehicle that we are in. You know what I'm saying?
The vehicle that we in, actually, I'm trying to tie all the brand into a YouTube series called Atlanta Uncut.
Okay.
So the brand is called Atlanta Uncut.
Okay then. So we sit here in Atlanta Uncut. You know what I'm saying? Getting cut.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And
Right now he uncut. You feel me?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So we just wanted to come and pick my man brain, man, because when I first seen this spot, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get you on the show, man, because it's like the way you coming, the mindset that it took to think of something like this is really the mindset of the type of people that are listening to this, you know, to this episode. People that may not have a lot, but they got a creative mind, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted to get them, you know, your story, a little bit of where you from, and everything, you know, where you at, everything in between, man.
Okay, definitely.
Some of the people you cut for, you feel me, like you was telling me last time, some of your clients.
All right, so I'm originally from New Haven, Connecticut. Fairly small city. Nothing like Atlanta.
Yeah.
I moved here about 5 years ago. When I moved here for, basically I had won 8 national competitions in barbering, and there was really nothing to do in my city or my state that would, it was like I had surpassed what a barber could be where I was from.
Yeah, I know that.
So once I had gotten to that point, I started thinking, you know, what major cities can I, you know, of course, move to.
Right.
And so I was thinking of a few different places, and I fell on Atlanta. So when I came here, I immediately got, you know, connected with some people, and I ended up, so it's funny because I used to work at the swag shop for Killer Mike. I don't know if we have to cut that out for trademark purposes.
Right on.
Anyway, so I used to work over there with Killer Mike.
Okay.
And when I ended up branching out and everything, actually, let me back up. When I was working with Killer Mike, Stevie J from Love and Hip Hop, you know, he was pretty cool. We were pretty cool at the time.
Right.
You know, we ended up becoming really good friends over the years. But prior to us becoming good friends, he had got me signed to the agency that works with all the glam for Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
So I've been the barber for Love and Hip Hop for 5 seasons now.
Wow.
And done a bunch of other Viacom stuff for like Fox Sports and a couple what was that movie? Almost Christmas, bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Future and Usher music video, a lot of stuff. So I got thrown straight into, you know, a good mix of people and network and stuff like that. And I was basically always at the shop, but not really, you know, I didn't care about how I was cutting at the shop because I was, you know, I had so many gigs on set.
Right.
And I was like, you know, I sit here, I'm basically paying booth rent for just for the camaraderie, you know. You know, so like when I branched out and stuff like that, I came up with this idea, and I had this idea sitting for a long time.
This one that we in right now.
Yeah. But what's funny was, I just was so hesitant to pull the trigger, and I was spending money on other things. I opened a tattoo shop. I did a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
And instead of me just doing this right away like I should have, you know, I waited. And what was funny was, right before the whole pandemic got started, is when I chose to say, you know what, I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And didn't know anything about coronavirus being gonna, you know, sweep the nation the way it did.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I thought, you know, let me do this. This hasn't been done. And this was my first idea to do when I came down here, and I didn't do it.
Intuition.
Mm-hmm. And I went against it.
Yeah.
So then I went ahead and started looking into what it would take to do it. And it's been, I mean, I've been maybe 6 months in, maybe not even 6 months. And it's been amazing. I can't even get the whole thing finished because I'm so busy and booked.
Yeah, like he ain't even finished he haven't even finished like the whole setup of just,
I haven't got to wrap
thing.
it. I haven't got to finish the inside. I haven't, you know, got to do anything because of the volume of clientele
Yeah.
that has come with the operation. It's like, it's been amazing.
Man, you pull up right in the hood, man.
Yep, I'll pull up anywhere. Studio, mansion,
They coming.
in the hood,
Mm-hmm.
your subdivision, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of different walks of life. And everybody's making good money, you know. People spend what they want to spend money on. So, a service that somebody might say, oh, you pay that much money for a guy to come to your house and cut your hair, but that same guy might drive a $300,000 car, you know,
Right.
where you don't see either of those. You might not see the value in either of those, but he may, you know.
Yeah.
So out here, it's that lifestyle where there's a lot of black people that are very successful and a lot of good entrepreneurs and a lot of great businessmen and moguls that are, you know, the movers and shakers in the city. And I get a chance to be able to connect with them via something like this, because a lot of those people are very private.
Yeah.
And they don't want to come into a barber shop. They don't want to, you know, sit there and wait for hours. So when you have a connection with something like this, and okay, it's one thing for a barber to come to your house and have to walk into your house and, you know, all that kind of stuff. We basically invade your privacy to cut your hair.
Yeah.
I take all that out of the equation where now I don't need anything from you but you to sit in the chair.
Yeah.
I don't need your power. I don't need anything. I just need you to sit down and get this haircut.
That's dope. That's dope. It's almost really is like exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I'm building it into that. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, get it to the point where, you know, I basically have a set certain time where I go certain places, and all the rest of my time will be locked in with, you know, like high profile clientele. You know, different producers, rappers, athletes, because I have all those people on my roster now, and I take care of them, you know, through this service right here.
Yeah.
But I want to make it something nice, you know, with, you know, like complimentary drinks and like I said, Wi-Fi and all the other things that I'm adding on. And like I said, it's only been a few months, and you know, it's been amazing. I couldn't have, you know, asked for a better operation for me to do this a different way. I like what I've done so far, and I'm gonna continue to keep adding on and improving on the existing model until it's, you know, exactly what I wanted to do.
Man, tell me how is it like from your own opinion, like from what you've seen, how has it impacted the community that we in? And tell them a little bit about, you know, the community that we are in.
Okay, so currently right now we're in a how do I form this without me getting slaved by my people? We're in a pretty unsavory community. Let's just say that.
Right.
And there's a lot of people out here that, you know, that are maybe into the streets and things like that. But what I do is I give them a different kind of outlook. Like when some of those guys come in here and they see what I've done, it inspires so many of these guys to say, yo, I want to do this, I want to do something, I want to start a lawn care service. I got a guy that sells fruit. He sells candy coated fruit. And when he saw what I did to Chuck, he said, man, I want to get my truck. I want to get like a trailer or a food truck or something like that.
Yeah.
And that kind of inspiration alone is it helps me to be that pillar and that cornerstone in the community to where I feel like that's my job well done, where I'm leading by example.
Exactly.
Because I can't necessarily force my ideas upon anybody, but if I can make one person spark an idea to say, and actually execute that idea and become another black entrepreneur in this community, then I'm doing my job. And of course, I hate to cut you off. We do haircuts for the homeless once a month.
Wow, I know that.
Yep, we give out hygiene bags and things like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we feed them. We do all kinds of stuff. It's all about being that pillar in the community.
Yeah.
Barbers, since time immemorial have been those kinds of people, have been the pillars of their communities.
Yeah.
And we got away from that as time progressed because the love of the craft came out of the profession, where people just saw that barbers were making good money, and now there's a barbershop on every block. So there's not that same love of the craft. You don't really have to be necessarily a good barber, to be in the game.
Exactly.
You just have to be a barber,
Yeah.
And some of those guys, they want to be rappers, they want to be other things, so they live lifestyles that aren't conducive to what a barber should be. Like a barber shouldn't be, there's a lot of guys, especially in the Atlanta area, because of the songs, the music, and the influence on the culture, there's a lot of barbers that take prescription drugs like Percocets and stuff like that.
Wow.
And it takes away from their game. They're inconsistent barbers. They could be really good guys. They could have been good one week and bad ones the next because you just caught them on an off day.
Yeah,
and that's becoming a reoccurring thing out here. So when like I said, I just try to lead by example, and I try to be one of those guys. I'm not saying I'm a model citizen. I'm just saying as far as the business is concerned, I try to conduct my business properly so that I can, be an example to others. And let them know that this is all possible, man. I come from a hood just like this.
Yeah, me too.
With probably a little bit more violence.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And it's just when I go out and I talk to the people in the neighborhood and things like that, I can tell that they see something that in themselves after looking at what I can do.
Yeah.
And that's power. Because it's not about me. I'm a selfless individual. I might portray to want to, be one of those guys that's chauvinistic or this and that, but I do this to inspire, know? It's like a Floyd Mayweather or anybody like that, a Kanye West. They may be a little off on their intent, but their intent is to inspire. You might come across wrong, but the intent is to inspire.
Yeah, that delivery may not be the best.
Yeah. I could be like that sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like that a lot of times.
But that's just the passion behind what we do and who we are as people. And if you're not a passionate person, you probably won't get far.
Exactly.
And that's just God's honest truth, That's the things that people don't want to hear.
Yeah, you can't be nice about your intent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, you can't. You have to be direct about it.
Yeah.
You have to walk in that essence of who you know you are.
Yeah.
Not who you want to be, but who you know you are.
That's what gets, who you are, and that knowledge alone is what's gonna get you to who you want to become. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That knowledge alone, and just that determination to get it across, get whatever it is you're trying to get across, you're gonna get it across. So you mentioned I know you can't get too deep in detail, but I know you mentioned the swag shop that you was cutting there for a while. Now from that experience to what you're doing now, where you are now, like, is it better for you? You know what I mean, as far as what your goal is and what your intent is and what you after? Is this a better position for you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's not to discredit the swag
No,
shop
not at all.
anyway.
Not at
But
all.
it's just that me as an individual, I'm one of those kinds of people who I like to be a leader, you know?
Right.
And I like to create the machine and not let the machine create me.
Right.
And you know, Swag Shop has a lot of great barbers, but they're basically their aura is clouded behind what the Swag Shop is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they can be bigger as far as bigger personalities without, you know, the Swag Shop attached to them, because it almost seems like you have to live in the Swag Shop shadows. You know?
Mm-hmm. So with what you got now, Uncut Atlanta Uncut, sorry about that. With Atlanta Uncut, you don't really have that problem.
No, because I'm creating a machine. I have my team, and you know, I'm building my team right now of videographers and people that, you know, understand all the techniques to social media marketing and things like that. And you know, building all my connections for accounts for like health and wellness contracts for different companies and corporations like that. Because I started noticing this thing could be so big. And there's so many ways that I could go about this, whether it be doing something for the Boys and Girls Club or all kinds of charity events and the sponsorship opportunities that follow those kinds of things, and the amount of noise you can make, and that all ties into the level of inspiration that I could create through something like this.
Right. Now it's not, I hear you keep saying that word, inspiration. Is that like a real big thing for you?
That's probably the biggest thing. Like I said, I come from a neighborhood where, you know, it's just like this, but like I said, probably a little bit more violence. And, you know, I've lived that lifestyle where I've done a lot of stuff that, you know, I'm not too proud of.
Yeah.
And I see how many people before and after me have lived the same lifestyle and have benefited very little from it. And if I could inspire somebody to make the adjustment and see that there's a million ways to make a million, you know, then maybe they could see that, you know what, I absolutely agree that I probably have benefited very little from this over time.
Yeah,
you know?
for real though. Perspective is everything.
That's exactly what it is, perspective. And like I said, that's why I try to inspire. I feel like success shouldn't be something that you shouldn't be greedy with. It should be something that you
share.
That you share, and not necessarily saying share your wealth, but to share the wealth of knowledge.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's really the real wealth. At the end of the day, like when it's all said and done, if you was to lose it all, your wealth of knowledge is what's gonna get it back for you. And that's why we say we rich and pride. Because it was the knowledge before the money came that got us the money.
I love it. You know, the brand outfit, how you created that, I don't know how you conceived the idea.
My God.
But it's I'm rocking with it, man. This is dope. Really love the concept. I like what you're doing. I appreciate that. We definitely need a lot more brothers to be coming out and showing love to other businesses and not feeling like, you know, everybody always say, oh, I got it on my own. And that's the wrong mindset to have. I don't want to get it on my own. I want to get it together with everybody else. You know? And what you do, I want to see how I could benefit from that, and how you could benefit from what I do, and vice versa. You know, so people don't understand that in order to grow, like for example, if your t-shirt company, you could put your t-shirt company, you could make a connection to put your t-shirt. It could land anywhere on a TV show, here, there. That's all based off the connections that you make, and it has very little to do with all that other stuff. And it's basically, like you said, that knowledge. When you can share something with somebody and they say, oh, I see something in this man right here that I'm willing to take a shot on, or I'm willing to do business with him, then that's where you grow. It's in the connecting the dots. It's not in the, oh, picking up a little pebble and picking up another little pebble and picking. No, what happens is everybody gonna go pick up one pebble, and then we're gonna all put them in a pile, and we're gonna see how big this pile is.
Wall, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be able to build a wall. That's the real talk.
Yeah.
Man, we dropping too many jewels on it for one episode, man. You gotta break this into a 3-parter, man. They might have to pay.
Yeah, man, that's the goal, man. When I thought about this, I thought like, man, what would I really watch? And I like watching stuff that's like practical, like something that I can apply right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And along that line, what's, you know what I'm saying, like for somebody that's maybe a barber right now, you know what I mean, going through the pandemic, going through all this social distancing situation, corona, whatever, what would you tell, you know, what would you tell that up-and-coming barber, like coming out of high school, you know, can't really do too much really right now because of the climate? Like what would you tell that young guy right now?
Right now, what I would tell him is that in this particular times, we have to understand that even though we might not have the volume that we used to have, our value has been raised because we can't operate the way we used to.
Right.
So which means prices can be inflated, services can be increased, different things of that nature, to where you can still make your money.
Yeah.
And you can still stay afloat,
Yeah.
but without hurting yourself and trying to hurt your customer at the same time. You can add on a service, you know, or you can add on a travel fee, you know, things like that, because you might have to travel to them because the shops, they might not want to come to a shop. And this guy might have been coming to you for 10 years. And he might pay you, he might be the guy that pays your car note every month, whether you know or not. He might give you $50 every time he sees you, every week, and he gives you $200. And that might be, your car note might be $280 or something like that. Right. And boom, this guy almost pays, you leverage those, you know, those friendships and those clients with those things in your life so that you don't feel like you're, you know, drowning when these kind of times come.
Right. That's something I can take with me.
And stop wearing all this designer.
Yeah.
You're a barber, man. Stop trying to be a rapper. It's a lot of black designers out here where you ain't gotta buy a $1,000 pair of sneakers or a $500 shirt. It's a million ways to look like money without trying to look like a rapper and spending all your cash on Gucci belts and stuff like that. And then or whatever car you got. Now, I love cars. So shit, I don't care. Spend some money on the car if you want to. Yeah. But don't have money on the car and you ain't got nowhere to park it, a garage to put it in. Yeah. Let's stop hustling backwards, not having health insurance, but you got $1,000 sneakers on.
Yeah.
It just don't make any sense. We gotta make the money make sense. Because anybody can make money. It's how you use your money that makes it look like something. Right. You know, like one man can make $50,000, another man can make $50,000. This guy could spend his money at the strip club and on drugs and on liquor or whatever the hell, and he could not even have a pot to piss in. Yeah. He might have to stay at people's house and do whatever, and there could be someone else who makes the same $50,000, and they save, say, $1,000 of that a month, right? And they save $12,000 at the end of the year. Yeah. And they buy an income property, and they get another loan to fix it up, and they, you know, they do a few things to where now they have another property, and they have a place to stay, they have a car, they have, you know, all the things that we actually should value. See, those other things devalue as time goes on. Right. When you hit 40, 50, 60, all that, that's when all that other shit, you don't care about no Gucci belts and all that, but it's too late. Right. It's too late when you haven't thought about it now, and you're sitting there saying, damn, I don't own a piece of commercial property. Yeah. Oh, I don't own, you know, I don't have this or that. Oh, this isn't paid off. My credit's in shambles. These are the things you're thinking about too late. Yeah. Gotta get some assets, man. Gotta get something that's gonna make you money. I tell my buddy all the time, like, I call money slaves. I don't even call it cash, I call it slaves, because it made me remember what they are. You know what I'm saying? You make your money work for you.
And you don't work for your money. You make the money work for you.
Absolutely.
Every dollar you make, every dollar is you're supposed to make it work.
That's
Like
why I
it's a
used
slave.
that word earlier, leverage.
Yeah.
You make this leverage this and this, that money's working.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that when this person comes in the shop every time he gives me $50, and he comes in 4 times a month, and I equate that to $200, I could easily leverage a bill with that right there. My car insurance or something. Boom.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even think about my car insurance as long as I can keep this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I can keep him as a return customer. You want to take on another bill? Get some more income. And keep leveraging that income with what it is that you're trying to do. And continuously upgrade, because you can't just try to leap into a Lamborghini without having, I think we talked about this before. You can't leap into a Lamborghini without having driven a Benz or something first, or you can't just go from one extreme to the next. You got to kind of baby step your way into it. So,
Can skip levels.
yeah, you can. So like me, I want a fleet of these things.
Yeah.
And I want to work with production companies from all around the country, all around the world.
Yeah.
And create a glam team of our own that have with a bunch of nail techs, barbers, beauticians with years of experience that could go on set, and we could be contracted out to do movies, commercials, whatever it is. But I know that I have to start here in order to try to get that goal started.
Yeah. I read in the book, Charlemagne book, Black Privilege, man.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, you got to put the weed in the bag before you try to be the king, man.
For
man.
real.
You got to put the weed in the bag first. So
That's good talk.
yeah, that's what you're doing now. You just you putting the weed in the bag.
Bagging it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you can, get a game out.
Mm-hmm.
Coach the game. You gotta play the game before you can coach it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So what you think about, like, just the culture right now, like the state of, I don't know if you want to call it hip hop, because I don't want to say hip hop because you think music, but
Black culture.
yeah, black culture.
Okay.
What's this? What you think about what's going on?
It's like a coin. It's like a head and a tails to it.
Mm.
On one side, you got a lot of amazing black people that are doing a lot of amazing things.
Right.
And on the other side, you have a lot of people that are doing some things that we are not proud of, and that would probably make us all look bad as black people.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And just interrupt my hold on, not now. Hey man, not now. I'm doing an interview, man. And you're fired today.
You said you fired today. Right? You said you fired.
You made me. I had a damn blazer on. You made me pick shit up.
Yeah, no. He said do an interview with you. Fired.
Boss life shit,
Yeah.
The employee ain't show up this morning.
Yeah.
And he think he's just gonna show up whenever he wants to.
To my little homie.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing. I try to make sure I give jobs and stuff to people in the community, when people that don't have anything.
Right.
Try to make them earn it, Cause they can usually just be out here begging all day.
Robbing.
See, I don't give anybody who begs anything, and I know that sounds crazy.
I just said it the other day.
But the reason why I don't is because especially if I see you in this same spot every day. If I see you in the same spot every day, I know that what I'm going to do for you here is not going to benefit getting you out of this spot.
Right, because it's a mindset.
Exactly.
You come
Now, a
here every
person
day.
who wants to do something and work, he wants to come in and put his and be of service.
Yeah.
Then that person has a little bit more of a different perspective in hopes to try to maybe become better for themselves.
Yeah, greater odds.
Yeah.
It's this one guy, I don't know his name, but He even like that, but he like that in a way where it's like he of service in a way where he just trying to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that about him. So every time I always try to give him something, man, because that's his way of serving.
Like talking about Malik.
With the dreads.
Oh no, he got dreads.
He got dreads. Oh, yeah, my God, man, he always be out here just trying to pass out a smile.
Sometimes that's the best kind of service.
Yeah, but at least you ain't just walking up with your hand out, or worse than that, with the cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what really made me mad when I started seeing him come out with the cup, because it's like you done got so comfortable to the point where it's like, y'all, yeah, just y'all put it in there.
Yep.
Y'all put it in there. Like, nah, that ain't how it's going.
Yeah, we gotta try to do better. You know?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of people doing amazing things. The bad part is some of them don't attach themselves to people like this.
Yeah.
I don't know, they think it'll suck their fucking energy dry or something.
real though.
Which it probably may. But
If
guess
you let
what?
it, yeah.
Sometimes it feels like, for example, dude get a little money, you go fucking move to Alpharetta. And then you basically have taken yourself, your resources, your network, and everything away from your community.
Yep.
And told them, fend for yourselves, I got mine.
Right.
I done got my house in Alpharetta. I'll see y'all when y'all get on this side. That's the mindset of a lot of successful black people. If you ask the dude how to do something he's doing, if he even gives you an inkling of how he did it, he's gonna give you all the discouragement in the world and make it seem like it was so hard.
So hard, yeah. Yeah. He ain't never lied.
It's crazy.
It's a lack, a scarcity mindset, what they say, instead of an abundance mindset. They think if I give it to you, then it's over with for me. When it's so much out here for everybody.
It's enough for everybody.
Man, times 10.
And I don't see the selfishness because it feels like money's unlimited nowadays. It just keeps coming. Everybody's making money, man. Like I said, it's a lot, especially out here. See, this is a ordinary place because this is not going down everywhere else.
Yeah.
And
What you
almost
mean when you say this is not going down?
like
what you mean by
the success of African Americans.
right.
Just text this motherfucker and said I had a client.
Just keep it going.
What's up, man? What's going on? I'm about to finish on that.
It's like crack, man. They need that haircut. Man, this shit like dope.
I swear I get the door hit at least 3-4 times in the middle of the goddamn haircut.
Man.
Every time. Never fails. It's a blessing, but
Yeah. But yeah. What was you talking about?
you know, talking about people taking their success and all of that and running with it and not giving anybody in their communities any of the sauce.
Having that scarce mentality, yeah.
But what happens is you're afraid of a competitor. You're just afraid that this dude's gonna make Coke after you made Pepsi.
Right.
You know?
When all the while, if you would have helped him, he would have made Coke when you made Pepsi, but y'all would have did a deal together based on the fact that you helped him. You don't think that far. That envy don't let you allow you to think that far. So what you think about like what it takes to start? Like does it take a lot of money to do what you're doing right now?
It takes capital. Like somebody's not gonna do this that can't save any money. Right. Because it cost me more than $10,000 to do this.
But to start though, when you started.
To start, the empty trailer was $5,000.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like a dude he can have a vision, but if he not business savvy and putting his money away, like barbers make cash, so they spend it so fast. That's why I say that. Yeah. It's not like a dude get a paycheck and say, I'm gonna put 400 this away for 5 weeks. Yeah. And or 400 away for this for 10, 12 weeks, and now I have $5,000. Right. This dude might make 300 and go to the club and leave with $40. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So it takes discipline. I can say that. It doesn't take an astronomical amount of money. It takes discipline. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people lack that. You know, they lack discipline. And I think that's the number one reason why sometimes startups seem hard. But I would say no, it doesn't take a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It takes money, you know. So everything costs, you know. If a piece of sheetrock, a vinyl on a floor tile, a crown mold, everything has a dollar amount. But you know, things, especially like you said, startup, it's all in how much you're willing to. Because some people they don't see it to believe it kind of people, and they need their whole thing done all the way before they can present it to people, because they don't believe in themselves. And they don't, you know, they want the vision to be complete because they want everybody else to see it, so they can have their vision confirmed. Instead of you still seeing your vision and other people saying, okay, I think I see it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have people say, oh, I think I see it. They just want people to see it so they don't have to have any discredibility or anything like that. They always want to hold their credibility and their persona and perception. So in turn, you get a bunch of people not really being, you know, who they say they are. You know?
I know a few people like that, and I call those people precious. They precious. They won't, you know, they won't put out or produce whatever it is that they say they do, because of it ain't finished. It's not the finished product, or I haven't put the filter on it. Mm-hmm. They don't got the right filter, or you know, instead of just the actual art or whatever it may be.
You know what they do to you though?
What's that?
They look at your shirt and go, oh, you know, I would have made the prior part a little bigger.
Yeah.
Man,
they ticket while they on the sideline.
Yeah, you talking about what you would have did with my shit? How about you do your own thing?
Yeah.
How about you do something? Just do something. You know what I'm saying? Before you know how many people come in here and I know it's not done. Yeah. But I put hours in. Like I said, I'm so busy to where I can't even finish it. Right. But I know what I've done to this thing, and it was a tin can before I bought it. Damn. You know, so to have AC and insulation and floors AC in it and crown molding and things like that, it's like, and I did all the work myself. Wow. You know what I'm saying? All of the work.
Talk to them.
The lights, the electrical, every single bit of this thing, I did all of it.
Real entrepreneurship.
And that's why I'm not completely finished, is because I'm still, you know, I was learning. It was like a learning curve for me, big, and I wanted to, you know, take on the project, but I made it come to life, and this is true manifestation. Yeah. Because what I said I would do has actually come to fruition, and it's only getting better and better.
Man, this is dope, bro, and I just hope this video, this interview, man, like, I don't even like to call it an interview. This experience, I would say, this experience is inspiring somebody that's out there that think, you know, that they gotta have it all figured out and have this big scheme plan, you know, this big budget or whatever. You can see this experience and see that you don't have to have all that. All you gotta have is a certain discipline and dedication and confidence in what you're trying to do, and you just get it out here and put it in there.
I totally agree.
And you know,
and I guess that circles back into your startup question. I guess the startup is all into how much you basically believe in yourself, you know, and are you willing to start from ground zero and build that thing up, or are you one of those people that needs to crowdfund the money and attach yourself to this person and get all these limbs going before you get anything going.
Yeah.
There's some people like that, and business can be done both ways.
Yeah.
You'll just figure out who you are and which
one are you?
Yeah, which one are you? That's all that it is.
So each show, I got this segment of the show where I call it Richer Priorities, and it's basically a question posed, and the question is, name 3 things that are priority to you, that are more of a priority to you than money.
Okay, more of a priority than money.
3 different things.
Simple. That's simple.
And why? Yeah.
Number 1, my family. I'm one of 7 children.
Okay.
So we've always been a very tight-knit family.
Right.
My mom, I moved her down to Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, maybe like a year ago.
Okay.
So I go see her all the time. That's one thing that's always been very important to me. My mother had cancer 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're very fortunate to still have her here.
For real.
And so we just cherish all the moments as family, and that's the most important thing to us. Nothing else will come between us.
The right way. Ready for me?
You ready for me?
I'm ready. Oh, you gonna cut the harder now?
Everything.
Okay. You got the key, right?
You found some.
Hands. The hands.
Deep blue.
All right. It's just don't stop. It's a good thing though.
Yeah.
How you look?
Look like a whole new man.
Let me get the camera a little spin. I don't know if y'all remember what he looked like. See, because we've been chopping it up so long, y'all might have forgot what my man looked like when he got in here.
He got me in there.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Superstar status.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. So you say your family.
Oh yeah. So my family is number 1.
Okay.
Inspiration is number 2.
Okay.
And my loyalty is number.
Okay.
What's going on this way? Give me 5 minutes. I just told him. We tighten you up.
Got me together. Got me together. So you say loyalty,
Loyalty,
priority over money,
my loyalty, my inspiration.
and your inspiration.
Yeah.
And why those 2 things?
So my inspiration, like I said before, because I come from very little. One of 7 children, we can't be spoiled.
Yeah.
So and my mom was a school teacher, so you stretching the school teacher salary over 7 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for me to be successful means a lot to me. I feel like I have a lot to prove, because there's a lot of people that depend on that not only depend on me but expect me to be successful. Because all the things that I've done so far and how far I've come, in such a short amount of time. Not really a short amount of time, but say in the last 10 years, since I chose to turn my life around. A lot of people expect a lot from me. That weighs a lot on me to inspire people and to, make sure I make them proud.
And that's worth more than the money to you.
Absolutely.
That come before that.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Well, man, I appreciate you, man. I don't know if you want to tell the people. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I don't know if you want to tell the people where to find you at. Connect
Absolutely. My Instagram is Mr. Smith 0408. I'm gonna have the Atlanta Uncut Instagram pretty soon. Also, coming soon, we're gonna have Atlanta Uncut YouTube channel. We're gonna be doing a bunch of things just like my man right here. We're interviews with a bunch of athletes and people of the culture and celebrities and rappers and entrepreneurs like my man himself. Hope to have you on the show.
Most
It's been a pleasure, my man. Thank you so much for having me.
No doubt.
And now you fresh.
Yes, sir. We in there. Yeah. Richard Pride.